So we had our elections almost a week ago. Tomorrow will be a week and we still don't know who won. That's ridiculous. In my last video, I ripped Trump for attacking DeSantis. Rightfully so. It's crazy to watch everybody say, attack me and say that Trump or DeSantis is a rhino and all this stuff. It's ridiculous. People are saying that the only reason that Florida literally had a red wave, and some people are saying the only reason that happened was because of Trump. Quiet. How could it be because of Trump? What did Trump do? He's not even in office. It was the governance of DeSantis. You know, they're trying to say that you guys are trying to say that DeSantis, not all you guys, DeSantis won this time around because Trump endorsed him. And ask yourself this: if Trump thinks that DeSantis is a rhino, why did he vote for him? Trump voted for DeSantis. Why would he vote for a rhino? It's ridiculous. There's a lot of people that would just go follow Trump right off a cliff. Okay, if I could snap my fingers or make a wish and it would come true, I would 100% put Trump back in office. And I mean, if I got what I wanted, which that's just not going to happen, but if I got my way, I would prefer Trump get in there because a lot of reasons. Vindication. I personally believe he should be in there right now. Since this video goes on YouTube, I will not elaborate. It was the most fair election in history, and if you dispute it, they'll get rid of your channel or give you a strike. That's how legit it was. So the question I have for you guys today is, if Trump runs in 2024, let's say, I'm gonna say right now, like, I think best case scenario, I don't know, man. If DeSantis, he hasn't announced that he's gonna run. There's a lot of rumors that he's going to run, and that's why Trump is pissed off at him. And there's also rumors going around that if DeSantis doesn't run, the establishment Republicans are gonna ask Youngkin to run. They're gonna find somebody to run, because the establishment Republicans don't like Trump, okay? If you're an America First candidate, you not only have to battle the Democrats, you have to battle the establishment Republicans. I almost can't stand the establishment Republicans as much as the Democrats. So what I'm trying to say is, if DeSantis doesn't run, they're gonna put up somebody, okay? But DeSantis has the best chance of beating Trump in a primary, more than anybody else probably. I'm assuming. Check this out. There was a poll taken on Officer Tatum's page asking people, who do you want to run, Trump or DeSantis? All right. Tatum had 110 people participate in this poll, and DeSantis got 57% and Trump only got 43%. So how do you explain that, guys? You know what I mean? Here's another poll from Blaze TV. 54% for Trump. 54% for DeSantis, 46% for Trump. DeSantis kicks Trump's ass. And 61,000 people voted in this one. Here's a poll from Matt Walsh. 100,000 people participate. DeSantis 66%. Trump only got 28%. So my question is, do you think Trump could beat DeSantis? You think you could beat him? What if you can't? If DeSantis runs against Trump in the primary, it's gonna split the party in half. And if DeSantis gets the nomination, then all of the hardcore Trump people aren't gonna go vote. They're gonna just stay home. And if Trump gets it, there's a lot of these never Trump people and a lot of these DeSantis people, whatever, they're not gonna go vote. So we're fucked. If DeSantis bows out, Trump would definitely get the nomination, right? But can Trump win the independents? Because right now he can't even, I don't even know if he can win the Republican vote. You know what I'm saying? If Trump makes his big announcement, that, like you said he's gonna do, what if Trump says, I'm not gonna run, and I'm going to nominate, you know, I'm going to support DeSantis. Then the pro-Trump people will listen to Trump and they'll vote for DeSantis. Because the hardcore Trump people will do whatever Trump tells them to do. I think DeSantis could get the independent vote. As it sits right now, you think Trump is going to be able to win more of the independent vote than, say, Gavin Newsom, who's probably going to be the one running? Biden says he's running, so never know. Democrats will vote for a brain dead dude, and maybe independent people would too, if the brain dead person is running against Trump, because the media made Trump so toxic, even though Trump isn't toxic. People are just stupid and they believe everything they hear. So they've made Trump toxic. That's a fact, whether you want to admit it or not. Yeah, I want to win in 2024. If Trump is too toxic and he's in the race, and Gavin Newsom could be your president. Nobody wants that. The media is making a big stink about like Oz lost to Fetterman, Blake Masters didn't win, all these other Trump endorsed candidates that didn't win, but most of them aren't talking, or most of them aren't giving you the full story, which is Mitch McConnell didn't give him any money to run. Mitch McConnell doesn't want the America First candidates, the Trump endorsed candidates, to win. If they would have, if the GOP would have funded their campaigns, they would have won for sure, because some of those races were very close. I don't think Blake Masters got any money. Mitch McConnell gave him no money. Mitch McConnell spent $9 million in Alaska to smear the America First conservative. Spent $9 million on that and gave black people like Blake Masters zero money. But the other thing I'm curious about is, you know, Trump, people are donating to Trump like crazy. And I keep hearing that Trump collects more money in donations than the GOP does. You know, Trump has got like minimum of $100 million in donations. And did he give any of that money to help people like Blake Masters? I don't think so. You know, Trump is guilty of it too. And if Trump wasn't siphoning off all that money, maybe the GOP could have funded that stuff. I don't think they would have, because I don't, you know, your standard run-of-the-mill conservative isn't an America First person for some fucking reason. And they wouldn't have funded them anyways. How much money, now that the elections are over, I wonder how much money's still left in the coffers. You know, how much money does the GOP still have on them, and why didn't they use that money to win these elections? I think there's going to be a huge battle in the Republican Party, because the establishment GOP people, they do not want Trump in there. And they're gonna do everything they can. It'll be interesting if, let's just say, if DeSantis does run against Trump, who will the media prop up? Whoever they prop up, like if they prop up DeSantis, the media, then that means they don't want Trump in there. But they might prop up Trump again. Remember when Trump first ran against Hillary and the media kind of propped him up because they wanted Trump to be in there because they thought that he would be the easiest one to beat? They'll do that again. They may have Trump derangement syndrome so bad that they'll prop up DeSantis. But there's going to be a fight. If DeSantis doesn't run, there'll be other GOP candidates, other conservatives in there running, so-called conservatives. No America First candidate is going to run against Trump. And the only reason DeSantis would do it is because he thinks he's got a really good shot of winning. But nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes. Everybody wants to speculate. And the media is going to do everything they can to pit us against each other. I'm all for Trump, but for me, the most important thing is winning. And if I think Trump can't do it, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I want to win. I think another reason we didn't do so good is because a lot of conservatives didn't go out and vote. I know in the primary, it was like the lowest turnout we had in this county, or one of the most lowest turnouts. Why is that? Conservatives stayed home, I think, or a lot of them stayed home. I did a poll on my page before the election and asked people how many of you aren't gonna go vote, and they're not, and they said they aren't gonna go vote because they thought everything was jigged. And it was like 20% of the people that I polled said they wouldn't go. So maybe we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Not me, I went and voted. This guy's cool. Oh, God. Yeah, so the main question I'm asking you guys is, do you think Trump can win in 2024? I know a lot of the hardcore Trumpers are yeah, but we got to be methodical about this, man. I'm not off the Trump train. Don't get me wrong. I prefer to have Trump in there. I want Trump back in there. Another reason I want him back in there is because the whole establishment doesn't want him in there. You know, so I ain't buying the whole DeSantis is a rhino bullshit. I like DeSantis equally as much as I like Trump, so I mean, DeSantis would have to do something to convince me that he's an establishment guy who's not. So I think if we're not careful, we're gonna get another Democrat president. I shit you not, dude. Even though Trump's economy and Biden's economy is night and day, you know, Biden could literally get in there, give us the 40-year, 50-year, you know, highest inflation, and he could win again. You know, don't forget, man, everything's against Republicans. The school system, Hollywood, social media, the news, like everything. There's not one thing that's going for our way for conservatives. No one's helping us out. You know, it's a miracle that we could ever win an election as it is. You know, never underestimate how many people are brainwashed. You know, so I mean, 50% of the population thinks Trump's a rapist. They think he colluded with Russia. You know, they think he did a quid pro quo. Biden just recently did a quid pro quo with Saudi Arabia. You know, he's on video doing the same thing with Ukraine. So it was Biden doing the quid pro quo. But you can't convince the dumb lefties. They're completely brainwashed. So, can Trump win over the independents? I don't know. What do you guys think?